Okay, we're standing here in front of the pasture, and this is Jim. Jim's pointing.
Okay, water comes from the where the Dock Mahal is, and it comes down and runs through this line, and then makes a T and goes to the very front of the road, pretty much a straight line up to the road. But there's a T off the corner up there that sends it across to the property. And so that's why we're going to flush the lines, is we're trying to protect that T from getting plugged up. So we're trying to run everything down straight through so we don't plug that T up.
Roger. So this is moving up from the fence, and then right there on the corner is where the junction is, where it will branch off to the left or go straight on down to the road.
Right here we have the corner of this orchard, and if you notice there's a low spot right here, right in this area. The reason there's a low spot there is because a couple times in history this T underground has gotten plugged, and when it plugs it stops water from going to the spigots that are in the front yard. So that's part of what we're trying to do today with flushing this line out, is prevent that from plugging. What we don't want to do is we don't want our very first watering of the year to be the end one on the yard, because then anything that's in the line throughout the winter is going to try and make that corner, and we're trying to prevent that. So that's why we'll go down to the last spigot here, and we'll unscrew the deal and we'll flush the line. Those are a spring-loaded deal on the end. I think it prevents the water from rushing down here, and it's like a pop-off. I've never had to do anything or mess with them at all, but here's the last spigot in the line, and I purposely, when I do these, I don't over-tighten them, because I know I'm going to come back irrigation leaking a little bit of water around things, just watering grass a different direction. So.
So we're catching that before it hits the sprinkler and allowing it to blow out of here.
That's not a sprinkler, that's a pop-off valve.
Oh, that's the pop-off valve.
This is just basically an irrigation head that you can put your ends on, your various type of deals. The irrigation deals slide over the top, grab this collar, and then there's a deal that will open this up to a valve.
Okay.
You can see water in the line's already starting to drain. You see we get some of that darker mud.
Yep.
So we'll leave this right here, and now it's where we go up to the Dock Mahal. We go underneath there and we open up the valve and we run some water through here. What we'll do is we'll go up there, we'll open that valve for about 3 minutes, which is an amazing amount of water, and it will flood this all out, but it will rinse all that stuff out, and hopefully anything big in the line will come past that T.
Great.
Okay, this pipe here, which is the end closest to the house, is the end. This is where it comes directly from the ditch. It's coming up. And we have basically 3 valves right here, plus we have one on the exit of the pump. But this is where we're directing water. Right now, see, this one's closed and this one's closed. These are both closed. So the water is stopped right here right now. If we wanted to put water into the pond only, we could close the valve by the pump. We'd open this valve and open this valve, and that's going to send the water to the pond.
So it would open these two here by your wrench.
Two.
Yep.
What we're going to do today is we're going to flush the irrigation spigots in the yard, which, see, these pipes all join again over there. So this is a gravity feed where you don't have to go through the pump, this one here, and then if you go straight through the pump, it would be opening that valve and this valve here. The advantage of going gravity feed is we can do almost everything gravity, so you're not burning power. But the other advantage to it is you've got a great big pipe for any things that come floating down the thing between bluegill and crawdads and pine cones. It can make it all through. It's a real pain to pull the pump apart to get pine cones out of the deal. I haven't had to do it in several years since I've done this. So anyhow, we're going to flush. So we're just going to, this one's closed. I'm going to close it just because it doesn't need to be, but, and this one's closed. Now we're going to open this one.
The goose sounded mad about that.
Yeah.
So this is water flow to the pipeline that goes and connects up all of those sprinklers down there, okay?
Exactly. So right now water's coming from that ditch, running through here, and is boiling out of the ground over there at the far corner.
Awesome.
So what I do, a lot of times I'll have Solbert up here with a walkie-talkie, or she'll walk to the corner of the barn and yell, and I'll go down there and kind of watch it and wait for it to run clear, and it usually doesn't take very long, so we'll give it 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay.
And then we'll shut it off. It takes longer for it to quit flowing down below than it does to after you run it for 5 minutes and you shut it off. You got to wait for it to clear the line, and before you can screw that end back on.
Okay, and thanks for the help, Lucy. You're all over it, kid.
Yeah, she's a helper.
And here we have the overflow. If the water in the pond is at its capacity level, it'll overflow here across the road and go out here in this direction over here out into the bottom part of the pasture. This is what will clue that ditch walker. If he sees too much water come running through here, he's going to think that you're wasting water, and you might have to have a conversation.
We'll take and put a couple pipes on here and run them up towards the corner of the barn, and just open that up, and it just kind of floods all through here, so it keeps this nice and green all coming along.
Yep, junk, pine cones.
When they get caught here, it's not bad. It's when they get caught in the corner, it's no good. Got a pretty good pine cone in there. So now